who do you guys typically broker your DSCR to? Hello?
We
I'm
don't
sorry.
have
I'm sorry, Mona. I was on a phone call.
we
Sorry.
don't have anybody in specific.
Oh,
We
okay.
have different lenders.
I think what makes this, I mean, I've been in the industry for a long time, and I feel like what makes this easy is we're not TRID. So there's no LE, there's no CD, there's no waiting periods. So our loans, and we really don't ask for much, and we don't use, and our application's very, very short. It's not a traditional 1003.
Well, that definitely sounds promising, Mona. We're looking forward to that for sure.
So what kind of loans do you guys typically originate?
We do private loans. We do
Oh, private money?
loans. Yeah, we do private money. We also do like non-QM, like doc programs, stated programs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And mostly it's commercial.
Like, so when you say commercial, you mean commercial buildings, like apartments?
Yeah, commercial buildings, yeah. For like commercial property types, not and for residential we do like a fix and flips for
Okay.
investors.
Yeah, we offer fix and flip as well. Is your commercial and bridge loans, are they in private money? Is it, where, do you guys have a footprint that you typically stay in?
Well, it's from lowest 100,000 to 3 million.
Oh, okay.
That's what we do. I mean, there's other programs that we can go higher, but most of the time that's where we stay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much for that. I think it was Maggie. Maggie, thank you. So we also had Ignacio. He's struggling with his microphone, but he says we send out our DSCR loans to ACRA.
ACRA,
And also he put depends, some hard money, private money, land, rural and urban, auto, medical, building. We lend on vertical lending.
You guys do vertical loans for construction?
So I believe so. I think that's what he meant, vertical
Oh,
lending.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, I guess he's in the chat. I'll read off what his answers. You know, I'm marketing, but I know you know, I know a lot more than I know before from loans, and you know, I want to know more. It's just I'm in that phase, so we're surrounded by professionals.
No, awesome. Should I go ahead and start or?
Yeah.
Let me get Victor on here. I sent him a message, but let me get him connected. And as soon as I think he wants to present you first.
Okay.
Yeah, Ignacio says we just closed one of those vertical lending in Tulsa, Texas, but he says that we actually have a source for vertical lending.
Oh, okay. So you mean construction?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, we do have sources to do different type of loans, including construction, but that's that's not the main business within the company.
Okay, he's going to connect. Give me 1 second.
Cool.
There he is, Mr. Victor. How are you? Good morning.
Hi, Victor.
Hi, Mona. Thank you for your
How are
time
you?
today. I am doing well, doing well. Just traveling right now, but
Oh, where are you?
in the high desert on my way to Mexico.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you for having
If
me
I lose you, I'll
today.
just jump back down. Yes.
Thanks for having me today.
Oh, it's
I
a
feel like
pleasure.
today's Friday, but it's not. Because tomorrow,
It does
we're
feel like a
working
Friday.
tomorrow, but I know a lot of places have tomorrow off.
Yes. Yes, yes, they do.
Yeah, we're
Let's
we're
give it
open
though.
though.
So are we.
Yeah. Yeah, the markets are closed though.
Can you send a message to Josh to jump on board this meeting as well, please?
Okay, will do.
All right. Well, Mona, let's get started. I want to be cognizant of everyone's time here. I
Sure.
want to thank all those who are in attendance. This is Mona. We have a new partner relationship with this company, and she's going to break down the details of her loan programs and how we can start submitting deals to her and get pricing, of course. But it's a new opportunity for us to offer our clients. Mona, can you go ahead and give us a overview of your programs?
Sure. Well, first off, thank you for having me. I'll give you a little bit of background on me. I've been in the industry for a very, very, very long time. I don't even like to say how long I've been in it. And I've also done retail. So I did retail for 13 years and I did resi, private, bridge, construction, like all different types of loans, non-QM. Because the company I was at, we ran the gamut. And I've been at Constructive for a little bit more than a year. We're owned by a New York REIT. And the reason why that's important is because our loans are direct to Wall Street. And what that means is that when you get an approval, we don't need anybody else for second signature. So once you get an approval, as long as those items are satisfied, you're going to go to docs. And I know some lenders, they don't, they actually are brokering out or their correspondent, even that they're not direct to Wall Street. So you might have last minute conditions, but with us, that's typically not the case. I mean, unless you send us a condition that gives rise to another condition. But other than that, we're straight to Wall Street. So whatever is on the approval is on the approval. I think we were named the fourth largest DSCR lender in the nation by a couple of different sources. I know we were, but I just don't remember the different sources that named us that. To give you an idea, at any given time, we have typically more than 600 loans in the pipeline. And I fund a lot of my loans in 2 weeks or less. If it takes longer than that, it's usually because we're not getting the conditions from the broker. And part of the reason we move so quickly is because we're not TRID. Everything we do is business purpose. It's either DSCR or it's fix and flip. So there's no LE, there's no CD, there's no waiting period. There's none of that. We don't have a traditional 1003. Our application is very short and we don't ask for a lot of information on the application. All we really care about is the residence where the borrower lives and the subject properties. So if you have somebody with like 15 pieces of real estate, you don't have to disclose them. We're not looking for a schedule of real estate. On the fix and flip, it's different, and I can get to that in a second. But on the DSCR, it's minimal. Just basically the appraisal, the taxes, insurance, the lease, the operating agreement, and that's pretty much it. A lot of the business that I see is investors who are refinancing out of a fix and flip loan. And typically the way that we work that, and I feel like it's pretty generous, is that if somebody owns a property between 3 to 6 months, I can give them purchase price plus improvement times 120%. So just to keep the numbers easy, let's pretend they bought it for $80,000, the property, and they put in 20,000 of rehab, they're into it for 100,000, right? If they've owned it more than between 3 to 6 months, I can lend, not the max value we'll give it, but the max loan amount I can give it is 120,000. As long as it's either 80 or 75% of the value, depending on whether we're doing cash out or rate and term. I feel like that's generous because typically with that formula, people can refinance without really having much skin in the game. Over 6 months, it's times 140%. So again, we have brokers who have borrowers that own 20 plus scores of properties, hundreds of properties, and we do a lot of those, that type of repeat business. Again, I would say like what really sets us apart is our speed. You know, right now, our base rate, I forgot where it is exactly. It depends on what rate sheet you're on, but it's usually in the like the low to mid sixes is our base rate. So I feel like our rates are very competitive. We also do loans on 1 to 8 units. But the thing is between 5 to 8 units, my max leverage is 65%, but I can always ask for an exception. We also do interest only. We also do short-term rentals. And then on the fix and flip side, I feel like where we stand out a little bit is that we lend to first-time flippers. Now, we're not going to do a ground up construction if it's somebody's first deal, but if you have somebody, who has never flipped a property before, we can lend on them on fix and flip. It's usually like light rehab and things like that, but it's a way for them to get their foot in the door. And then if somebody has more than 5 fix and flips under their belt, we'll call them a platinum borrower. And the rates on that can go as low as 8.75 with 1 point to us. Now on the fix and flip side, I can either charge a point or charge half a point or charge nothing, but on the DSCR, we don't charge any points. We just have an underwriting fee. And then everything that you charge is yours. I mean, I've heard that there are some DSCR lenders out there who charge points or fees. We only charge the underwriting fee. But again, on the fix and flip, you can increase the rate and do it with no points. So that, I mean, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. So if anybody has a scenario that they want to go over. Oh, and by the way, we lend in 47 states. We don't lend in Nevada or the Dakotas, but in most, not all states, in most states, you can use our license if you're not licensed there. And I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. So if you guys have a scenario, be it fix and flip or DSCR, you can always reach out, call me or email me. I like going over things over the phone because I feel like when you do an email, sometimes things get lost. So I actually like to put together deals, you know, if we have a nice, a conversation and I can ask about the borrower, the reserves and things like that. Yeah, and I feel like that's us in a nutshell. Did you guys have any questions or do you guys have any sort of gaps in your DSCR or fix and flip lenders that you're working with right now that, you're trying to plug, so to speak?
Mona, I have a scenario, if I may, and that is, I have he's not a first time fix and flip. That, the story is that as many others, they participated, they've done fix and flips, but not their name. He has one underneath his name only, but he's done many others. His FICO score is a little challenge. It's like 624, and he's working on getting that better. But he has reserves. He's bought, he's sold, and he has substantial reserves. He's coming in with 25% down. How would you look at something like that?
We need a 680 and we'll only give him credit for the ones that are either in his name or he's on the operating agreement.
Okay.
But if I can't connect him to the property via title or via an ownership interest in the operating agreement, I won't be able to use that. But the thing is with 25%, I mean, he should be okay. Hold on, let me pull this up. Do you know what the purchase price is and what he's looking to do?
Yes. Purchase price is 565. After repair value is like 875. And he's looking to renovate and flip it.
But so if we call him light rehab, even with no experience, I could do up to 85% of the purchase and 100 of the rehab, up to 90% loan to cost and 75% ARV. if it's standard rehab, and that has to do with how much money he's putting into the project and what he's actually doing, I could do 80% on the purchase and 100 of the rehab, up to 85 loan to cost and the 75 ARV. I can send you the rate sheet if you want, and it's all on there.
Yes, if you can send Ivan the rate sheets, and I think you did it once before, but I would like to see. Are there two rate sheets or just one? Oh,
There's one for fix and flip. We call it RTL. And then I call it fix and flip, even though everybody calls it RTL. And there's one for DSCR.
okay, and that one for DSCR includes the 5 to 8 units as well?
Yeah, it does. Uh-huh.
Does that include mixed units, mixed use as well?
We can't do mixed use.
Is that a yes or no?
No, we don't do mixed use.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it has to, all the units have to be residential.
Now, are they compensating factors when it comes to the fix and flip? Like, for instance, my guy has one fix and flip history that he can document in his name. However, his credit's a little challenged, but he's willing to come in with more money and may not need the funds for the renovation. He can bring in the renovation costs. He's coming in with 25% down, but his credit is not where it needs to be. Are there exceptions?
No,
Okay.
no. I don't want to tell you yes, and I know I can't get it through, you know?
I appreciate that. I like that. And why waste time? Let's figure out the next one.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would say to work on to work on the credit and then go from there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Are there but the one thing I will share with you, our max loan amount on DSCR and fix and flip is $2 million. Anything above that would be an exception, and we will take a look at that if it's an exception higher than that. But I wanted to throw that out there.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. What's the highest exception you've entertained?
I haven't had to ask for anything above 2 million.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know other people have. Exactly what they've done, I can't remember. I just know that we've done them. But in that case, we look at compensating factors. But for sure, we would need a minimum FICO of the 680.
Of course. How about on construction loan, ground up? What are the guidelines on something of that nature, Gene?
We do that. We need 700 FICO on ground up, and we only do it for gold and platinum borrowers. So they would have to have at least 3 bits of fix and flip and ground up to their name. But let's say if it's a gold ground up, I could do up to 65 of the value and 100% of the rehab, and again 85 LTC and 70 ARV.
I see. But does that include under your construction platform for ADUs, investment properties?
We'll look at a construction for an ADU on that, but typically we want to see, I want to say we're going to categorize that as a ground up. I'd have to double check, but if that's the case, they're going to want to see that they've done something similar. But I can double check on that.
And is that only for 1 to 4, or would you entertain like a community of properties or townhomes or condos altogether, so long as we're 2 million loan amount?
It's usually 1 to 4. I mean, when you're looking at condos, you're talking about building a whole condo project.
Right.
I don't know if it's hard to say. That's something that I'd have to ask about. It's not typically in our guidelines because our guidelines are 1 to 4. But if you have somebody who's strong, who's building a condo project, and we feel they're a strong builder, they have good factors, good liquidity, etc. That's something that I could always bring up to my credit officer, because I don't know, that's something that we might be able to make work depending on how strong the borrower is. But I'd have to double check before I give you a firm yes or no.
Understood. How about prepays? Your programs, do they carry any prepays?
Everything comes with a declining prepay. 54321, but you could also do a 321 or 1 year prepay or no prepay. You just have to add to the rate. And then the fix and flip ones don't have a prepay.
And you had mentioned at times you charge a point. Is that on all transactions or just on case by case?
No. On DSCR, we don't charge anything. No points on DSCR, only our underwriting fee. What I'm saying is that on the fix and flip, we charge either 1%, 0.5%, or 0. It's up to you. The higher the rate, the less points we charge. So if somebody's platinum and if they pay us 1 point, they can get 8.75. If 0 points, it's 10.99. But it's up to you to say, you know what, my borrower will, wants to pay a point and have the lower rate, or doesn't want to pay anything and they're okay with a higher rate.
And what's the difference between a platinum and I guess, a gold borrower?
Gold is 3 to 4 flips, and then platinum is 5 or more.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I feel like our silver with no experience is pretty competitive, because I know a lot of lenders don't work
Right.
directly, with people who have no experience. And I mean, and your client is your client. I know with some lenders out there, you have to worry about the lender poaching your client and doing direct, but we don't do, like, that's just not our model. We want to do as many DSCR and fix and flip loans as we can and grow the broker relationship.
Now, when it comes to fix and flip and renovation costs built into the loan, you guys fund control, of course. Is there, you like to see in 1 or 2 tranches, or how does that typically work when you distribute funds? What do you ask for from the
I know
client?
it's $250 every time they do the inspection. I have to double check the specifics, and then I have that I can send you if you want. I mean, the thing is I mean, it's not like we're gonna do, it's not like we're gonna give them all the money at once, but typically, we want to see that they've done something ahead of time, and then we'll reimburse them.
Do you reimburse them for their soft costs initially?
I haven't seen us do that, but the thing is I could do a cash out, and then that would essentially, reimburse them for the soft cost. We wouldn't call it, hey, you've done 20,000 or 30,000 in soft cost, therefore we're going to reimburse you that amount. We just do a cash out.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But we can do that. I mean, a lot of our guys own, a lot of properties, and usually once you get in the groove with them, you kind of see what price point they're in, what rehab amount, what exit they're at, or if it's DSCR, what LTV they're looking for, if it's cash out or rate and term. But a lot of my brokers have borrowers where it's wash, rinse, repeat, and we do a lot of loans for those same borrowers.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me, in terms of the DSCR lenders that you work with right now, like, do you guys advertise? Do you work with your book of business? Is it California? Is it other states? Tell me about your, the business that you're seeing out there in DSCR and also in fix and flip world.
Sure. We mainly stick in the commercial private money lending arena. We do entertain fix and flips, and construction seems to be taking a lead in some cases. Our main book of business is in California, although we have agents in Florida, Las Vegas, Virginia, Pennsylvania. We get some deals from. We're entertaining those right now.
We do a lot of PA
Texas.
in Florida.
Good. And Texas as well. Texas.
And we do I do a ton in Texas.
There you go. You hear that, Tony? Done in Texas. And Josh, Florida as well. We got those bases covered, guys.
Florida has to be at a LLC though, just FYI.
Now, in those particular states, Florida and in Texas, is it required to close in an LLC or corporation, or can they close as individuals?
Florida, you can do Florida has to be LLC. Texas can be an individual.
Understood. Okay. Good. Questions, guys?
Because I had sent Ivan my rate sheets, and also our, submission form and our needs list for a full file. I don't, I don't know if you guys were able to get that yet, but that has all the information. And also for, I think it was Cassandra was the processor, right? If you take a look at that, the needs list on there for submission, you'll see it's very, very like basic things. Um, and that's why I said I hope you'll like our process because we don't ask for a ton of items. But you should have that email. If you don't have it already, I believe Ivan has it, and then he can send that over to you, and that has, our rates, our needs list, things like that. And if you guys ever have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to me.
Sure, after the call, we're gonna refresh and send it out to our entire group. You have about half of our team here, the other half is not on the call. I'd like to believe that they're out working right now, bringing in deals.
Right.
So, but when it comes to refinances, especially out of state, do you engage with the closing attorney title? Meaning, do you open it or do you prefer that we do?
We don't open.
All right,
You guys order the appraisal, preferably from our approved AMC list.
Good.
And then you guys open escrow and title and deal with your escrow and title people. And then once it comes to closing, that's when we work closely with escrow and title to coordinate when is the close date, here are the docs, that kind of thing. But before that, you open it with whomever you prefer.
Understood. Understood.
Do you guys pull credit or do you need us to pull credit?
We generally pull credit. That's another thing. When it comes to credit and appraisals, do you accept third party credit reports and appraisals?
So, okay, so basically on credit reports, it either has to be in your name or our name.
Okay,
We'll take a soft pull. Appraisals, we prefer it to be from our approved AMC list, but we will take transferred appraisals.
okay. Now you mentioned soft pulls. Do you do soft pulls or do you require us to do a soft pull?
Either.
Okay,
I mean, some of my brokers don't pull credit. We pull credit for them. If you're set up, I prefer you do it because I've had it where we've pulled the credit and it's I need a 660 FICO for DSCR and I've had it come back lower than that. Or I give you rates for 740 FICO and then it comes back at a 680. You know what I mean? So if you're able to pull the credit, I feel like we have more accuracy that way. But if you don't want to pull it, or if you don't have the ability to, we can do it all. We do it all the time.
wonderful, wonderful. And I take it your AMC's turnaround time is let's say close within 2 weeks, so we get an early start. What, it takes about a week for the appraisers to complete their due diligence?
Well, what I mean by 2 weeks is that we only accept full packages, so we need an appraisal coming in. Because if we don't have the appraisal, we don't really have much that we're underwriting. So when I say 2 weeks or less, that's when we get the full package. And then, but before that, just the AMC, it depends on their time frame.
Yes.
I feel like, the thing is it's like I could sit here and say, oh, we're great and we have this product and that product, but because I've been where you are, where because I used to do retail and I listened to the presentations, but I feel like you don't really know until you send in a file and you see what the conditions look like. Our turn times are really fast. You know what I mean? I price out a few things and go over a few scenarios.
I've seen you a few files so we can go through the system and perfect it. That's the only way we're going to learn from each other is by submitting.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, do the LOs typically price out their loans or does it come from, Cassandra or one of the processors?
Either or. So sometimes we'll just give them your name and number. You got them through the first few deals so you can hop and price them out, right? Or we'll go over together in-house. It depends. I have some agents that are in-house and the majority are out in the field. So I just have them contact you
Okay,
for pricing.
we go either way. Like I said, you can always email me or you can always call me with a scenario.
Good, good.
But
So
I feel like you'll really like our system. I mean, like I said, I used to do retail and the shop I was at, we did DSCR and we brokered out DSCR. I've never come across a company that's been as easy as us.
I'm eager to give it a try so we can close one and I can tell the group how simple, fast and speed and ease it was with working with you.
Yeah, I hope so. And then if you have a fix and flip, before we get the file, I just need to have the borrower tiered. So I need to have like a track record filled out and I have to send it, just an FYI, I have to send it to my tiering desk and they assign them a tier of gold, platinum, etc. And if somebody doesn't have any experience, then I still need their name and send it to my tiering desk and then say, hey, they have no experience. And then, because whatever, I need an email from the tiering desk before you upload a fix and flip. And even if they don't have any experience, we'll just come back and say, hey, their default, they're a silver, right? But you'll have that email that you can upload to the system. That's something I just wanted to throw out there.
And you mentioned system. Is there like a pricing matrix? Of course, we go up to rate sheet and give you a call, but do you have like an online pricing engine or something?
We don't have a pricing engine. But we have, you can either call me or there is an Excel sheet that I believe I sent you. And then you can plug in the numbers for the Excel sheet and it spits out a rate. It looks voluminous. It looks like there's too much information on the Excel, but once you get used to it, it's actually very easy.
Can you share that with Ivan? So when we send out to the group, we'll send it out all at once?
Yeah, I thought I sent it, but I can send him the Excel and then you could just attach it to the whatchamacallit, to the email I already sent.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
There's a few questions in the chat. I'm not sure if anybody else has a question. Okay, so Joshua Jones, he was wondering, with no experience, what degree of reserves are required?
With no experience for DSCR or fix and flip? For DSCR, it doesn't matter if they have experience or not. We need 6 months PITI for the subject and 1% of outstanding balances on their credit report. And then if it's a purchase, we need the down payment and the closing costs. Now, the interesting thing on the DSCR side is that we will take 50% of the reserve or of the liquidity needed as gift funds. And that's kind of a big deal because I know Fannie Freddie will not do gift funds on a non-owner occupied.
So you mentioned reserves. Each transaction is going to require 6 months of PITI?
Yeah, and then, but we can use 50% of cash out as reserves and soon there's talk about increasing that to 100%.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And those reserves, do they have to be seasoned and sourced?
Yes, we need 2 months bank statements. And if you have a large deposit below 50,000, I just need an LOE. Above 50,000, it has to be sourced.
Okay. And gifts, are those allowed for
Yeah,
the
they're
reserves?
allowed for up to 50% of the liquidity we needed.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I think things like that are always worth a call because, like, for example, I had, a broker ask me about gift funds, but the borrower only had, but they needed gift funds far exceeding the 50%, right? So I feel like it's always worth a conversation.
Okay. Do we have any other questions that were posted on the chat?
Yeah, Ignacio says so. The DSCR is one-on-one, right?
Our minimum is 1-to-1. We'll go below that, but it's usually 65 max LTV. I need a 720 FICO and $150,000 or more loan amount. But yeah, typically we like to keep it at 1-to-1.
Okay, he also mentioned on credit, we pull and have a 680 FICO score. Then you run it and then FICO drops. What happens then?
We don't run it. We won't run it.
Sounds good.
Hey, good, good.
Yeah, we don't run it if we don't, we only run it if you don't have a credit report.
Okay.
How about points? Max points, what's allowed?
4.25% or 7,000, whichever is higher.
Okay,
How much do you guys typically charge?
about 2 points, 2.5.
Yeah, it should be fine then. Yeah, I've never had that be a problem.
Good, good. And what about your backing fees? What do you guys normally charge?
2,000 usually for 2,000 for an SFR. And I think it's 2,500 for 2 to 4 units, and I forgot what it is for 5 to 8, but it's on the rate sheet.
Okay.
Also, Ignacio says, how much is added to rate for reduce declining prepay?
It depends. I mean, you like, for example, 3-year, you could do 3/8 to the rate or 3/4 to the fee to us if they want to do that. They have either option. And then the 2 and the 1 year are more than that. But again, that's on the rate sheet.
Okay, we'll get that out to you guys after the call.
He also said it states that in your rate sheet, correct?
Yeah.
Anyone, that was it for the questions in the chat. Anyone have a question?
Well,
Okay.
don't have a question, then let me just take this time to introduce our newest team member. Everyone, welcome our newest team member to RGC Capital, Renee Ramos, hailing from Northridge, right?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Renee.
Hi there. Pleasure to meet everybody. And sorry I was late too. I came in from another meeting.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Renee.
Hi there. How's it going, Amona?
Good, good. So what types of loans do you typically do?
Generally, coming from the residential.
Oh, wait, sorry, what was that?
This residential side. I'm coming from the residential side. So typically FHA conventional for the most part, but obviously we have to dive into the non-QM as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, if you're used to the 1003 on the Fannie Freddie side, you'll love our 1003. It's like super simple.
Okay. Well, looking forward to working with everybody here.
Good deal, good deal. I think Cassandra, you mentioned that you had a potential fix and flip. Cassandra, can you maybe use this time to break that down?
Yes, it's a fix and flip. The acquisition price is 200,000. It is a single family resident. The borrower has no experience, so they're a first time investor, first time flipper.
What's the FICO, where's the property, and do you know the rehab amount and what the ARV is?
The ARV is upward, let me pull it up really quick. It's roughly 295. They're looking at potentially 20 to 35,000 in cost to improve the property. The property itself is located in Los Angeles.
Where are they buying a house in LA for 250?
That's a good question. I haven't had a chance to pull it up on Redfin yet to take a look at it.
I would imagine the ERV is a lot higher than 290. It has to be at least in the fives.
I'm going directly off of what the individual sent over. So I actually sent you a note to talk to you about it, Victor. Let me see. This is the referral from the agent that you sent me.
Okay. Good.
But what I can do is, Mona, I can give you a call once I have the deal in front of me with the
Okay,
specifics of it.
okay. I mean, I just did some quick numbers. But I put in 25,000 of budget because we don't know exactly where it's gonna be. My max on the purchase is 170,000, and then I could do the full budget and then max loan amount of 195. And if they pay us 1 point, you can get a rate of 10%, or no points and a rate of 12.
That sounds like a
Okay.
winner to me. I'll sign that deal.
Okay, I will too.
Yeah.
Let me check here. Send items. Yeah, I will. So, and the borrower's FICO is 742. The
Okay.
property is located, it's in Crestline, California.
Oh, okay.
So it's in Crestline, California. The total projected cost is 220, and the estimated ARV is between 275 and 295.
Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we'll need a budget and things like that, but even at 275 and 25,000 budget, it should work. If you give me a call, I can go through the sizer that I'm looking at, because I'm doing it right now. I punch in the numbers and you'll see, because there's moving targets, and the moving target is the LTV, the LTC, ARV, the profitability, things like that. And it doesn't really make sense until you see the form that I'm filling out. So if you want, you can give me a holler or send me an email, and I can
Okay.
send you the sizer I'm looking at, and then we can go over it over the phone.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that as soon as we wrap up.
Yeah, and then Ivan, I just sent you our pricing engine for the RTL, the fix and flip, and also the DSCR.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, guys, you got over our 30 minutes. Does anyone have any questions? We covered a lot already. A lot of good information. Any questions? Any scenarios? Mona, can you put your contact information? I'm sure we'll send it out, but if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to Mona on the chat box or email, and they'll reach out to you.
So you want me to put it in the chat?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me put it in. I wasn't sure if you wanted in the chat or in an email, but hold on a sec. Hold on. Let me do this while I'm on the phone. Because once we're gone, I think the chat closes, right? And then I can't post anything.
I believe so. Either way,
Oh,
we're going to share your information and email with everybody.
all right, there. I just put it in. And then also what I sent Ivan, all our docs and things like that. All my information is on the signature page there also.
Good deal, good deal.
And then Cassandra, I could give you my number, or you could give me yours, or you could give me your email and I can send that over to you, whatever you prefer.
Sure, I can give it to you. Hold on. Let's see.
Okay, good, good. Any further questions, concerns, or inquiries?
Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Actually, wait, let me capture this.
Yes.
Oops. Sorry, hold on. It's not. Sorry, bear with me. I just want to do it while we're still on the line, because otherwise I think it evaporates. Copy. All right, cool. All right, I'll send you an email.
Okay. No worries. I actually just sent you a quick text too.
Oh, okay, cool.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you very much. I look forward to working with you. It sounds like you have some amazing products to add to our suite of offerings, and I think we'll all work pretty well together.
No, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm glad that you guys got set up as a broker.
Well, we're here to be
And-
of service, and we want to thank you, Mona, for your time today, breaking down your programs. We're eager to get started, and I'm confident that
Likewise.
we'll close some deals soon.
Likewise, guys, thanks again for your time and thanks for having me. And, I look forward to hearing from you guys.
Thank you so much, everyone. Everyone have a productive day. Thank
Bye.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Welcome again aboard, Renee.
Thank you so much. Bye.